Tim?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good. How you been?
Welcome on board the Profit Express.
Thank you. My information in case you needed it. And then we got a great show coming up in October in New York City at the Javits Center.
You want to do a quick mention of it?
Yeah, if we could, because that's who paid for these.
All right.
How's your day treating you? Awesome. Thank you very much. You will see it tweeted regularly. It'll be in my regular role.
Okay. Yeah, 30 seconds.
If I have to hold, what do I do? Press the red?
Yeah, if you got a cough, just do that.
Gotcha.
Now you're hot, ready to go. Show goes on. Just stay pretty close to it. Okay. This is freaking me out. This is so wacky.
Well, I'm recording you right now.
Recording now?
I'm recording you right now. I've been recording since I walked in. And I find it interesting because I'm laughing. As I came in, I'm looking in, and I'm like, everybody thinks that radio, you just hear voices, but there's a lot of interaction that takes place between the interviewer and the
I like that.
Now, back to the Profit Express on 88.7 FM, WRHU. Once again, here is your host, Tim Healy.
And welcome back to the Profit Express. I'm your host, Tim Healy. And you listen to 88.7 FM, WRHU, the show for the makers and shakers of business today. So I just took you to the heights of North America and Mount McKinley with Tom Fabry. Now I'll be taking you to the heights of technology with Basil Puglisi. He is sitting in studio right next to me. I have to be honest, folks, I'm a little uneasy. This is Star Trek meets James Bond. I'm not so sure, but who says we don't have visual on radio? Because as we sit here, Basil is recording, if I'm getting this right, the actual interview. Basil, welcome back on board the Profit Express.
It's a pleasure to be back. Thanks for having me, Tim.
Absolutely. Now, okay. I don't even want to try and explain this because I'll screw it up. So just tell Google Glass, what is it and what are you doing now? And then how can they see all this after the show?
Well, I've been posting videos. You can go to basilpuglisi.com, and underneath the video tabs is a little drop down that says hashtag through glass. And it's a lot of personal stuff because, this isn't just about business. This is, kind of changing the way we experience life. And so there's videos of me with my newborn.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. He was just born on the 26th, and I'm able to take picture and video with him in my arms because my hands are free. I'm chasing my 4-year-old through the bounce and play, and we're doing the obstacle course. And so,
and you're catching all that.
It's all on video, and I've uploaded it to my YouTube channel, and it's funny because I've had a YouTube channel for years, and Digital Ethos and Social Media Club, all of them really got all the business videos, and now it's the first time I have a real purpose for YouTube because here's some of my life experiences, and I'm able to capture them with ease.
This is wow. This is exciting stuff. This is exciting stuff for the Profit Express. Is this the first radio show you've been on board?
Yeah, this is the first radio show that we've had a chance to share Google Glass. And to be honest, I don't know anybody else that's done a radio show yet. I've heard of the first arrest, the first articles. You saw there was something in Newsday about it with me about a week ago. Long Island Business News covered some, but this is the first radio show. And I was laughing because when I came in, I was doing a little bit of recording. As I'm walking through the doors, I'm watching inside as you're interacting with your guest, and I'm catching about 3 minutes clip, and I'm like, look at the interaction that takes place between the show host, and the guest, and that's something that you might not have caught previously, but I mean, here we are. I've already got 3 minutes and 43 seconds rolling of mine and your interactions from when I came in.
Now, all right. So for the listeners out there, I'm looking at Basil, and it sort of looks like glasses. You have like the rim of the glass, and on the right eye, you've got this. It's about a half-inch kind of wrap around, and it looks like there's a little screen. I don't want to poke your eye. There's a little screen. Now, is that where you're actually seeing?
So the first thing you'll notice,
right?
The first thing you'll notice is that our eye contact has been solid.
Yeah.
So this whole time, me and you have been able to maintain eye contact, communicate like normal human beings.
Yeah.
And I'm capturing content, and if I was getting a tweet or if I was getting a text message, it would pop up in that display. I'm no longer looking down. And if you really think about society, you walk around with your head up long enough, you'll see how many people are actually looking down at their cell phones. And what does that mean to communications?
Yeah.
Business communications, personal communications, they're being spent looking at screens instead of looking at each other. And so this is really nifty to me. I'm thinking about the future of business and the way of creating content. But then I'm also thinking about the future of business. Here we are having a conversation. I'm getting the content I want. I'm recording. I'm interacting. I got eye contact. And we know how important that eye contact and body language is to communications, especially in business.
Imagine if Tom Fabry had this going up Mount McKinley. That could have been some pretty cool stuff right there. Now, there's a part of me, I'm just Tim Healy talking. It's freaking me out a little bit. It seems to be a little, I don't know.
Listen, I'll say this. I'm excited, but I'm also freaked out too, right?
Isn't
Because,
it? I mean,
you joke around, and you think about it, and sometimes you wonder how much longer it's going to be before this becomes natural. And it's just recording all day long, every day, walking around.
right.
And what's going to happen with that information? Or worse, I'm a married man. Am I going to turn my head and someone's going to be like, oh my God, look, he was checking out that girl that walked by. Meanwhile, there was a breeze, a piece of paper, anything else that, that happened. So, there's what's happening with the information. And then two, how do we start to view people? Because this is glass, and I laugh because it's transparency. I mean, the name is appropriate. Forget the fact that it's a brim of glasses. It's transparency. It's the ultimate transparency. You can't hide who you are if you're recording, capturing, and doing things all the time with them anymore.
Now, listen, from the content marketing perspective, there's so many applications that this could be amazing for. But, and again, we don't have even enough time to to talk about this topic. Like you said, when does technology end and private life be private life?
Well, and it's funny you should say that because there's a big fan out there, Robert Scoble, who is actually have a picture of him wearing glass in the shower. And you wonder whether that's gone too far, But I take them off and they go on my desk at home or the nook that I have inside my house when I go in. So I'm not wearing them around my house necessarily.
Right.
And that kind of makes you wonder, right? Because, the first application, one of the videos, if you go to youtube.com/Basil Puglisi, I put up was I went to Pizzeteria in West Hampton. It's Pizzeteria Brunetti.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did a video of me walking into this experience of this Neapolitan pizza. And the owner took the pizza maker and put the glass on him. And so you could see him making the pizza through the glass, first person. And it made me say, wow, geez, if you really think about it, we've had this big kind of question mark in the way of social media and business and how do business owners deliver on social media. And there's this social media marketer needed in between the business owner, and their customers. And I start to think, wow, if you're a business owner, you put glass on, let's say you're a chef, here's tonight's special. As you're cooking it, you're watching the hands of the chef, the flounder with the feta and the spinach, and come and get it tonight. And it's part of the $14.95, meal special with a glass of wine at so-and-so. If you're, a clothing or retail shop, you've got something new and a hot item, you can use it that way. If you're a couple, how is it the businesses are going to be able to rely on the fact that now as I'm shopping and I'm looking at something, I pick the shirt up in front of me and I say, hey, honey, what do you think? Is this nice? And she's, 3 states away, half a world away. And she goes, I don't like that one. But because she's looking through my eyes, she's like, what about that one on the wall back there with the blue stripes on it? So, I mean, we wonder about when it turns off. But the question becomes is it such a tool that we may not want to necessarily turn it off as fast as we think we might?
Yeah, this is, all right, you got to come back. This is just a teaser for this, okay? Can you come back?
Absolutely.
All right.
And who knows, right? Because the technology's changing. I've had these things for under a month, and they've upgraded them 3 times. I mean, so another week from now, who knows what it's going to be?
All right, we got like less than a minute. You've had it for about a month. The most amazing experience. What just knocked your socks off so far?
Look, I had my newborn in my arms. Right? I mean, you have to support a head. You have to hold them up. Right. I have my newborn son, Lucas, in my hands, in my arms, and I can look down and I can capture that. And I just think that if you look at it from that standpoint, that's just the beginning wow factor, right? I mean, my hands are free.
We should have gotten Tom Fabry a pair of those. All right, folks, it's been the Profit Express. Basil, thank you so much. You have a quick event coming up now, right?
Yes, that's right. I was really fortunate. We have the New York Business Expo and Conference comes back to New York City at the Jacob Javits Center on October 17th. And I will be hosting a SMAC Summit, so Social, Mobile, Analytics, and Content, all there right inside the New York Expo at the Jacob Javits Center on October 17th. And they're the ones who supported me on getting these Google Glass, and I'm really thankful because it's been an experience.
That's going to be worth checking out. How can people get a little more information on that through your site?
So you can go ahead and check out NewYorkBusinessExpo.com, or they can also go to SMACConferences.com, and they'll get a little information about that SMAC Summit we have coming up in October.
Excellent. We got to get you back on real soon on this, okay?
Tim, it's always a pleasure.
Basil, thank you so much. Again, Tom Fabry, Life Wrangler, Mountain Climber, thank you, sir. It is the Profit Express, and I'm leaving you this as one word here, folks. well, no, it's going to be more than one. Do it. The dormant dream, dust it off, take your first step to success today. Wow, that is so cool. It still freaks me out, but it's cool.
It is. It's nifty.
Wow.
So
How did you get it? How do you get it?
So I'm gonna cut the recording now at this point.